Alright, so if you watched my last episode, you knew that I pulled the motor out and we had catastrophic failure with the motor we put in. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the oil out of it, check it, and start the process of seeing what actually happened on it. So that's what we're going to do on today's show. So make sure to like, subscribe, and continue watching. That's what you got to do on your part. So the first two things I'm going to do, I know I'm off camera, get the oil drained out of it. Oh, they grabbed the wrong side of it, probably. Of course I did. Alright. So let's get the oil drained and get this torque converter off. Those are the two things I want to start with. Hi, Gemini. I'm glad you came in and did that. No, hi. Alright, well, that one's done. Let's put this back in. Now, I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on this or not. It's going to be kind of hard for me, but there is definitely gold in that there pan. There you go. I think you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we definitely have struck a mineral deposit in this here pan after getting oil out. So, alright, so we have the pan off, and as you can see, once again we have mineral deposits in the pan. There's some pretty good ones right there. So we are getting closer and closer to finding out exactly what happened. But we have a pretty good idea. I mean, we're not the first time we have destroyed something around this place, nor will it be the last time that something is going to need finessed again, or however you want to put it. But I don't know. So I'm going to get set up here. I haven't even looked at the bearings yet or nothing underneath. I still got it on the motor stand over here. I'm doing it on the engine hoist because my backup engine stand is currently at my neighbor's right now being used. So he said he's going to try real hard to get that motor he has off of his, off of mine, off of his, blah blah blah, free it up. That's the fast way of saying it. So let's get some lights set up here so we can see what we got going on, and then we'll crawl underneath there, the guillotine that is this. So let me get set up here. So what it looks like is I've got oil from here all the way up to here with this number 1 and 5 cylinders. That is dry as a bone. That has seen some heat on the crank right there significantly, so I think we spun that bearing right there on
cylinder 3?
Number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah, because it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 and 5. So let me see that camera and I'll show a picture of it. Alright, so we're back out here again. We're working on the motors. We got the one we just took out, I guess would be the bad lower end. We got it tore apart, the top end of it off. Turn the camera around so I can see it on filming. Alright. So we got the top end of it off. It's sitting on the bench over there. Over there. You got parts over there. This one here we'll probably do tomorrow. We're just out here screwing around for a little bit, but this is kind of where we're at with this project. I looked at the bearings on the bottom. I think I filmed it. Once I get that torque converter off, which we're struggling getting that off, and I don't want to screw those bolts up. That's the only torque converter I have, and I don't want a new one. So we got her soaking. We're soaking her right now with some penetrating oil, but there it is. Once I can get the torque converter off and that flywheel, I'm going to set this up on end, make sure all the fluids are out of it and that kind of stuff, so we can really look at that bottom set of bearings. I don't know that I'm going to tear the pistons out of it yet or not. I don't know that I care, to be honest with you. So, but that's what we're doing. So, but this one here, we want to get it cleaned back off. Probably going to put it on the hoist. Wheel it out, spray it off real good, get all the dirt and grime off it with the vacuum or a hose. I ain't made up my mind yet. That's the bottom end we're going to use, so we're gaining. Hopefully, maybe this weekend we'll have her back in the truck. We'll see. I got a football game I want to watch tonight. Go Boise State. Huge Boise State fan. I like the underdog, the small school. I don't know if you noticed my flag and little stickers and stuff around here, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So here in a little bit we'll be back. There we go. Got some fire going. Just chilling out in the barn. It's a Friday afternoon, late afternoon. But yeah, so plugging away. Kid's been working on his Comanche. Look for that video. We got a couple other videos coming up too. I got a bunch of stuff I'm catching up with. We're going to get this wrapped up, and we're getting back on the little brown truck. I'm ready to work on it again. I don't want to be working on motor stuff, but you got to do what you got to do. So here we are. So let's see how this pans out. All right, real quick recap. Let me grab you by here. Take you guys with me. All right, so we got the good heads on the bench. We got them stripped off. Those heads are off. We're going to use those on this motor once we get it to our part. But this is the bad motor. Once I get the torque converter off of this and the flex plate, I'm going to set this up on in so I can really look at it and get a good video of it. See if we can't figure out what went wrong, because I don't know. It's strange to me, but I don't know. Did something wrong with it. Had oil pressure. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue yet. So I do know that it's frustrating. That's for damn sure that I'm doing this. Third weekend in a row we're working on motor stuff, and I'm not a big motor guy. That's the truth. I'm not a big motor guy. I can bolt stuff on. I'm not real technical when it comes to like cam lifters and all, you know, the lift and all that stuff. Yeah, I have to do a lot of research, figure out what it is I want, and then sometimes it's just luck of the draw. But this one here, I can fix it. Still frustrating. So that's where we're at. So we're just plugging along. We're gonna keep doing it this weekend. It's a Friday afternoon, late afternoon. I'm just out here for a little bit, getting the top end of that one tore off so we can work on the bottom end of that one. Probably tomorrow. I think we're gonna go in and relax. It's been a long week. So in your world, it'll be the next day before you know it. In mine, it'll be about 12 hours, probably, maybe 14. Until I get back out here, I'm going to go watch a college football game. Go Boise State. So, huge Boise State fan. So that's what we're going to go do. They kicked off here in about a half hour. So, I think we're done out in the barn for this Friday evening. So, look for some of our other videos. We've got a lot of videos coming out here real soon. Jess has been bobbing the bed of his Comanche. He's been slowly working on that. I've been trying to get this back together for Forrest. So yeah, we got more videos, so make sure you keep following us. So make sure to like and subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. We got t-shirts, we got stickers. All that stuff, if we can sell it, helps us generate revenue for our bills to keep our content going. So, yeah, so here shortly, it'll be a new day. All right, new day. We're back on the motor. We're going to do some more stuff on it. Like I said, I think I said earlier in my video, is if you see, once I get this thing flipped up here later in the video, and you see, and you are a motorhead big time, way more than I'm mediocre at best, but I can put stuff together as long as it's, you know, like OME. I'm not real great at motor stuff, but I can do it, and I can break them. But last night after I shut the camera off, we had a delivery van. Mr. Amazon showed up. I buy a lot of stuff off of Amazon because of the cost. I hate the fact that I just financially cannot quite do all I want to do yet. I'm working on it. We're getting there. But I picked up some new gauges. This is a digital gauge. This one's an oil pressure gauge. I wonder why. I wonder why. So I got an oil pressure gauge that's a little bit more accurate than the one that was in there. So this one's going to be for forest. I picked up one for the Brown Ranger and I believe it was a temperature gauge, both digital. Got the pods coming in the mail too. You can check out all the stuff that we pick up buy on our Amazon store, which there should be a link in the description of the video and on our homepage. You can go there and see all the tools that I buy, all the little gadgets and stuff like that. And as I use them, I will definitely, let you know whether I like it or not, whether it's worth a shit or a piece of shit. I'm not gonna, if it works for me, it works for me. It may not work for you, but I will let you know my opinion. Of course, make your own assessment of everything I do. I by no means am a professional. I don't like calling people names like that. But anyway, so I picked these gauges up and I haven't even opened the box yet, so I want to look at it. So that's what we're going to do first before we get too carried away. So give me a second while I struggle with the box. I've only got about 1 cup of coffee in me. So it's a little 2-inch, 2 and an 1/8-inch gauge. Comes with a little wiring harness, a piece of paper, and some foreign language. Some foreign language that I can't read, and some language I can read. So there's some scribble marks on this side for us. What else is in here? Oh, it comes with the sensor that goes on the block, which that's going to be important, and the gauge. And it's a little digital gauge. There is a company out there that I prefer to use, but I just right now have got to pinch pennies. But it comes with a little screw-on backing deal there that for putting it in your pod, threaded. Comes a little thing there. You can't see it till we light it up, but I'm excited about gauges. I prefer a digital gauge. I like the lights. I'm fans, Ooh, butterfly. Easily distracted by things that are shiny and pretty, but we got a new gauge, so there we go. We'll have to check this out. Watch for videos. I will let you know what I think about them once we get them installed and stuff. That's just a little box opening. More burnable shit for around the farm here, but came with everything I'm going to need, I think. I'll let you know if it did or didn't. So there's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the motor stuff. We got the block out there. The other one was covered in mud from the last mud drags before we pulled it, so we got it sprayed back off. Switching oil pans, putting an oil pump in it. I did buy an oil pump. I reached out to Rock Auto. I get a lot of parts off of Rock Auto. I am not paid by them or anything sponsored. I just use them. I like that I can order it in a couple days. I have the part. I don't have to go down, and my time's valuable. Sitting in a line at a parts store gets frustrating sometimes. So I just order what I want. I know exactly what I'm getting. I can go through. So I order a lot of parts from Rock Auto, Amazon, other websites as well. I'll let you guys know what I do and where I get stuff. So check for it in the links and that kind of stuff. So let's get back to getting Forest running. That's where we're at. So okay, so where we're at right now is we're putting a new oil pump in. And just so all the naysayers, if I have any, I don't think I have any yet. They're coming. We're putting a new oil pump in. Just getting it out of the package here. Went and got one of my wife's nice cookie sheets out of the kitchen to put this on to keep the mess to a minimum. I always suggest you do that. They love that. So go get you a good cookie sheet out of the kitchen to put your stuff on. Keeps the mess when draining. This is the old one. This is the former old one, and we're putting a new one in because I ain't taking no chances. We're going to put oil gauge to it, a new oil pump, we're going to go a little slower this time, and we're getting ready to pull this tube off and check it. This one should be good, but I can't remember which one of the two is the better of the pickup tubes. But so that's kind of where we're at right now. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, let's get this oil pan back underneath this thing. Let's start with it, because that's where all the headache came from. So here's something to note with my new oil gauge. I was going to put the sensor in while I have the motor out. I figured it's easy access, but this is something I came across. So this is the old one. Right here, you can see it. Right there, it's got a little stud on it. Screws in, that's your oil pressure gauge. This monstrosity is the new one. And though it's shiny and pretty and sparkly, you can tell that there's a substantial difference between the two. Bang bang, it's off to the side. There is no way this is fitting next to the block where this one went. So we're going to have to modify. We're going to use this old one. Don't exactly know how that's going to work quite yet. If we can, I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. So that's something to look at maybe when you're ordering from the Jungle Book. But anyway, so there's that one. There's that one. And like I said, I thought it'd just be easier. I'll pop it in real quick. The thing I do like about it, so not just all negative, is that it has a place for a wrench. This one you have to grab with a pair of channel locks and carefully twist it out, because getting a wrench in there on that was it was difficult. And then not to break that little plastic heated up piece of plastic that's on there. So again, I'm not entirely sure if I can use this one with that gauge or if I have to get an adapter. The other thing I noticed is the thread. Get in the camera here because I'm a dummy. This and that are substantially different sizes, so stuff to think about. Like I said, as I go through using my Jungle Book parts, I'm going to let you guys know what it is I like, what I don't like. The gauge itself, after looking at it a little bit off camera, I like it. It's nice. It's going to be easy to mount. Punch a hole, screw it in, hook wires up. Wiring comes with, yeah, I mean, all the gauges. So, but anyway, so that's that. So back to doing what we're doing, but just a quick little jump in here. And when I came across it, I figured, you know what, I better show this out there, let people know. Yeah. We'll figure it out. So, as you see, we'll start here in the back at 4, 8, 2, or 3 and 7, 2 and 6, and then I don't think you can get up in there. All right, everybody. You can see how dry that is. Hence, the squealing noise that I heard would probably be this right here. I think it's that bearing right there.
I can see some scoring. I can see metal flakes right there.
Yeah, so let's get the oil pump off of here. Yeah, that would be our problem right there. God dang it. Well, such is life. And I would say that there was getting no oil to that for some reason. I don't know why. Why would the oil everywhere else but not right there? I don't know. If you know, tell me. One of you guys out there that's a severe intellect when it comes to the ways of the combustion engine, what would cause that? All these look like they got oil real fine, but what would cause that?
Oil feed tubes be?
I don't know yet. So we're going to have to dig a little deeper. So, and we still got to get this damn thing off that is entirely too tight on here, that we are stripping it out. So we stopped. Alright, we'll see what we need to do a little more looking and we'll get back. Here I am adjusting my hat. Alright, so we have got the motor back together, back behind me here somewhere. Oh, Mom's here. She better be camera ready. There she is. Anyway, so we got the motor back here. It's back together. We're getting ready to put it back in. So we are getting closer and closer to trying attempt number 75. Take 75. However that works. Anyway, so Motor's back together. We're getting ready to jump up and stick it in there. Got the Ranger back in the barn. We're all taking a break from pushing that thing because we're old, fat, and huh? Well, that happens from time to time. So that's where we're at. We're getting ready to dump it back in. So I guess I'll see you when it's placed in its hole. Alright, so my last few videos have been nothing but this damn motor. I'll turn that around so you can see my pretty face. There it is. Anyway, so there's been nothing but this damn motor. So we got it back in today. We're calling it a day. It's Sunday. It's daylight savings time. So alright, we got it back in. It's sitting there. We got to finish up the front end, radiator, a little bit of stuff, but she's bolted in. We had an issue with the flex plate and the torque converter, so we had to pull it back out and address that issue, but we got her back in, so we're going to keep on pushing forward and hope that this works. But so there it is. I'm going to keep on moving forward. So yeah, that's just what we do. But just a quick recap of where we're at. So we got it back in. It's back in the truck, bolted up. We had an issue with the torque converter and the flex plate not going together. We had to pull it back out. Got that. We have her bolted up, mounted up, exhaust hooked up. We just got a little bit of stuff in the front, but we ran out of steam this afternoon, so we're bagging it. And in movie magic, guess what? It'll be another day when you see us again. So